Hi, my name is Francisco, and I come from Malawi, and this is in Africa. Life was so hard for my mother because she was there helping for the family, because my father made a decision to leave my mother, which was so difficult for us all. And through the decision that he made, we suffered through that. Like in Malawi, most of the houses are so small, and I remember my mother was sleeping on the floor, and I looked at her and said, "Mother, are you okay?" Then she said, "Yes, I'm okay, son." Then I looked on her and said, "You're not okay. There's something wrong with you. Like we have been so sick for a year. What is wrong with you? Can you tell us the truth?" And I was like, "What is going on with you?" Like I was just looking at her. Then I went to the neighbor and said, "Can you go and see my mother? Can you go and see how my mother is acting? I've never seen her acting that way." Then when they went there, they found out my mother was dead. I remember that moment was the deepest moment in my life. I've never felt like that before, and things were so hard for me. And I remember like looking at myself and say, now I have no future. Now I have no one who will help me. Now I have no family. My mother was my family. My mother was everything. Then where am I going to live? Where am I going to go? And I remember crying in that house alone and asking God, "God, can you open a door for me? God, if you are there, can you give me the family? God, if you are there, can you give me the future? God, if you are there, can you help me that I can have someone that I can call a parent?" And at the end of that work, things changed, because Children of Nations came to me and said, "You know, Francisco, God had really like heard your prayer, and today things will be different, and today you experience new things." And I looked at them and said, what do you mean?" And they said, "You'll be in our family. We'll take you into our family. That life will never be the same with you." I remember my faith growing up with God. And I remember growing up with that mentality and saying, "There's no one who can do this, but it's God who has done this for me." And after that, things changed. And I was making sure that my relationship with God is there strong, that I never disappoint God, because God has done so much for me. I remember going through high school. I remember going through college. I now have a degree in education, and I did my school at African Bible College. And having that degree, I know it's not for myself, but it's for people around me. It's for every person to have a better life. It's for me to ministry. It's for me to use it for God. It's for me to use it for my family, because African Bible College has molded me to be the person of service, that I'll serve every person despite whether they're coming from where. But I will make sure that through the degree that I have for education, I'll make sure that I use it for Him, for God, for service. COTN has not just teach me to be a disciple, but has really made me to be the leader, has made me to lead people. I'm a better testimony. You can look at my life. You can see where God has brought me from. Like I come from the poor background, but God has given me this through whatever way that God has used. And one of them is through your sponsorship. And what you have given me is so big that you can look at it as small, but to my life, I will never forget it. To my life, I will cherish it forever, because I really know that through this, I'll make an impact. Through whatever you have done to me, I'll remember it, and I will use it for people. I will use it for everyone around me.